we're going to try and do this at the assembly level, the same exercise. So we'll create a new assembly. And inside this assembly, we're going to insert a new part. So we're going to insert a new 3D part. And I'm at the assembly level, so I'm going to expand this here and double click on this shape to get me into the part itself. Just for clarity, maybe I'll rename this. Lesson 3, exercise 5. Yeah, exercise 3. Oh, it's lesson 7, exercise 3. Okay. I have a local axis system. And we're going to make sure hybrid's off for this one. We'll create an axis. I forgot the point coordinates, so I'm going to have to switch over and find those point coordinates. Oh, Lord. Where did I put those? I might have closed them all off. Okay, I found him. So it's 125 and 5/8. 125 plus 5 divided by 8. And I hit tab. 25 and 7/8. So it's 25 plus 7 divided by 8. And I hit tab. 50 point plus 3 divided by 8 and hit tab. Ooh, that should be 375. 50 plus divided by 8. Tab. Select OK. Say OK to create that. Rename the local axis. Verify my point coordinates are correct. Hide my absolute axis. Fit all in. Let it find my local axis system for me. On this plane, we're going to create a sketch on this plane. And this time I know my size of my rectangle. So I'm going to click here and drag this box over here so you can see that. My width should be 5.5 and hit tab. And my height will be 2.5 inches. And the neat thing about that is it already constrains it for me. Now I know the rectangle on the inside starts at 1.25 inches. No, that can't be right. Let's see. Well, we'll do the big one first. That one says it starts at 1 inch. And for the width, I know it's 2.5 plus a half plus a half, which is 3.5. And I'll hit tab. And the height of this is 1 inch, I believe. Oh, what happened there? I'm going to start that again at 1 inch. And my width is 3.5. Tab. Whoops. 3.5. And then tab. And then 1. Enter. And again, it automatically constrains that for me already. This one comes in 1/2 inch. It goes up, and I know that it's just a 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. Something seems off to me, but I'm going to click there and use auto constrain and let it just constrain that box. So I've got those controlled. And then I've got this whole thing. Wait, no. We'll create this rectangle. It's 2.5 inches, so it's going to line up with this one. And then go all the way up to the top. I'll go to auto constraint because I want to control that. And then I will highlight this and hit auto constrain and let it find all the geometrical constraints to tie everything in. Didn't work this time. I'm going to hit undo. So I probably should have done that before I hit this box up here. Let's try that again. And auto constrain. What I'm trying to do is, because I'm being lazy, I'm getting all those coincidences to lock. So when I move this, if I move this rectangle, the whole thing should move. If I undo the auto constrain and I move this rectangle, the other ones don't know to follow. So to lock them all in position, I'm going to highlight those, auto constrain it, and let it find the geometrical constraints to link all 3 lines to this bottom line here. I'm going to highlight this top and do the corner because I want to keep those the same. And that radius value is 75. I'm going to create circles. I'm trying to grab that point. I must not have the circle thing highlighted. Whoops. See, I just accidentally locked it to the tangent. I don't want to do that. So when I'm creating that, try to make sure you don't lock up to anything. Oh, I just did it again. One thing I could do is turn the shift button on after I grab that so it doesn't link up to anything. And I'll grab another circle here. I'm going to highlight the top row and just hit auto constrain. Let it figure out the size holes for me. And that symbol there means it locks to center to this. So I should be good to go there. And I'm missing, let me just show you why I'm doing that. I'm going to contact this bottom line to here. Notice that everything moves accordingly. That's how I know everything's locked up properly and it turns fully constrained. Okay, and we're going to add one more rectangle. I don't want it to lock there because that's not really how it should be. But if I did want them locked, I could click here and click here. Go right to auto constraints, see if I can get any missing constraints for that rectangle to get added in. And what I want to do is I want to control this edge to this green line. And I want to control this line and go to contact it to this line. That's why that's green now. This is supposed to be 0.75. This is supposed to be a diameter of 0.5, I believe. And this one, the radius is correct, but we're going to switch that to diameter. 0.5 and select OK. And when I analyze my sketch, it is fully closed off. All profiles are closed. I have an inner domain because the sub-element has to take an entire closed profile and pad or pocket that profile. So it can't have any open ends. Just like a pad can't have anything unclosed, every profile, every sub-element has to be closed. Okay, so it's fully constrained. I'm going to exit out. We'll go to the pad command. You didn't see the sketch I did in the part body, okay? So we go to pad, go to profile definition, and I like to start with the main piece, the biggest piece, and that should be a 1/2 inch, I believe. I feel like I'm not seeing that 1/2 inch call out missing. All right, I'm gonna go to pad again, go to profile definition, and grab that line, select OK, and I believe that's supposed to be 2 inches, so a 1/2 inch and a half from the front face out, and I'll select OK. So that would be a total of 2 inches. And then pad the top block by going to profile definition and grab this line over here. And then that dimension would be 1.5. Okay, and then I'm going to pocket out the holes, which is go to profile definition, and pocket these holes. Select OK and reverse the direction, and I'm going to say up to last, or next will work fine. If I say OK and I realize, oh shoot, I should have pocketed that hole at the same time, what you'll notice here again is the other technique had the sketch listed on the top. This is listing the sketch in each one of these. If I double click pocket 2 I should be able to go to profile definition and select this hole. Oh, they don't. Where's the add command? There we go. Select OK. Select OK. And you see I've got that pocketed out up there. Oh, notice I got the pocket there. Again, I could go to pocket, go to profile definition, and grab that sub element. Select OK. Say OK. But you know what? It's all being pocketed, so I could delete this out. Go to my original pocket and just add another sub element. See if I could do this. No. Double click your pocket, go to profile definition, and then I just make sure I click on the white arrow so it knows. I should be able to grab that line and add that sketch to that profile. So in reality, I was able to do 3 pads at 3 different lengths, and then using pocket the 4 sub elements all at one time. Okay, so you want to hide sketch 1. I know some of you wonder what's the difference between the hybrid and not using enable hybrid, and in the enable hybrid you have the sketch 1 listed on the top, but most companies I know list them underneath the pads.
That sounds very advanced.
Okay, so that concludes that demo.